Good morning. It is 10 o'clock. We will begin the meeting of the License and Variance Board. I am Richard Garland, the Director of Parks and Recreation. And we'll call the July 13th, 2022 meeting to order. To my left, you see Bo Jones. You see Mary Moore, Director of the Smyrna Library. There'll be also on the board this morning, Jill Head, the Deputy City Clerk, will be taking minutes, and we will get started. The first item on the agenda this morning is variance request V22-042, allow a 6-foot fence in the front yard on lot 385, located at 3937 North Cooper Lake Road. Treliana Robinson, the applicant. At the applicant's request, this variance is being withdrawn. We'll entertain a motion to formally withdraw this from the agenda.
Motion to withdraw.
We have a
Second.
motion. There's a motion and a second. We will vote. Item A has been withdrawn from the agenda. Unanimous approval from the board. Item B is variance request V22, setback from 35 feet to 12 feet on lot 669 at 3364 Navajo Trail. Clark Efa, the applicant. Caitlin?
All right, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Caitlin Crow, Planner 1 Community Development. I'm not sure if the microphone's on or not, so it looks to be, but I'm gonna project if I can. So this variance is V22-041 to reduce the front setback from 35 feet to 12 feet. So the subject parcel is a 0.55 acre lot located right at the termination of Navajo Trail. The applicant is currently renovating the existing home by turning a portion of the existing carport into a mudroom, storage area, as well as a pantry. And then they're also going to be adding a 168 square foot sunroom to the rear of the home. Due to this carport conversion in the front, there will be very little room for any of the current vehicles to be covered underneath the carport once completed. So thus the applicant is also adding 158 square feet carport extension to the front of the home. The carport will be erected on the existing driveway and have a hardy plank facade that will be painted to match the existing home. The subject property does have a very flat front yard and driveway that leads to the split level home. There is a 10-foot drainage easement that's perpendicular to the home, and then it runs along the northeast side of the property. And then there's a 20-foot sewer easement on the rear of the property. In addition to both of those easements, there's also a creek that runs along the north of the property, which has the 25, 50, and 75-foot stream buffers. So due to all of the easements and stream buffers, the applicant does not have enough room to erect any type of covered parking on the side nor the rear of the home. Additionally, the existing home was constructed in 1967 prior to the current zoning ordinance and has a current non-conforming front setback. So with this carport extension, it will encroach another 6.1 feet. So due to the home's non-conforming location and all of those easements and stream buffers, the strict application of the ordinance would require the home to completely move the foundation. And then not to mention that the existing split level structure is only 1,700 square feet, while the minimum house size for the R15 lot is 2,000 square feet. With these additions, the home will be 2,086 square feet and bring it into compliance with the R15 zoning. So due to all of these different circumstances on the property, staff does support the request and recommends approval with the standard following condition. Approval of the subject property for the requested variance shall be conditioned upon the site plan and elevations approved with the variance application. And with that, I can answer any questions you might have.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Is the applicant present? If you would step forward, please, and just state your name for the record.
My name's Clark Efaw.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing great, doing great. Do you have any other information that may be pertinent for us as it pertains to this request?
That pretty well sums it up.
Caitlin does a great job, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. We're just, we're trying to renovate the house. We're trying to add some value to it and make it more practical for living in. So we're putting a walk-in pantry from the kitchen and a mud room so that we don't mess up the nice new kitchen we're going to put in. And we just need a little bit more extension so that we can get the whole car underneath what's going to be left of the carport.
Ms. Crow did describe one condition that community development would have for you to be able to do this, and that's to substantially complete the project the way you're submitting it today. You guys understand that, and you're willing to accept that condition?
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's important.
Okay.
All right. Any questions from the board? Okay. You can have a seat, sir. Thank you very much. This is a public hearing, so state your name and your address before making your comments. Seeing none, we will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve variance request V22-041, reduce front setback from 35 feet to 12 feet, lot 669, located at 3364 Navajo Trail. Clark Efaw.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Let's vote. Motion passes. Thank you all. Agenda is variance request V22-043. Allow new construction on lot of record below minimum requirements on lot 562, 1394 Pierce Avenue. Patrick Rari, applicant. There's actually going to be 3-4 variances that we're going to discuss. Ms. Crow from Community Development will go over all 4 of these variances once, and then we will have to take action on each one of them individually. So we'll go over them once, and then we'll vote on them individually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shoot.
So, Caitlin Crow, Planner 1, Community Development. So, yes, as you heard Mr. Garland say, we do have 4 variances, so we'll go ahead and go all over them. So the first variance is V22-043 to allow new construction on a lot of record below minimum requirements. Number 2 is V22-044 to reduce the front setback from 35 feet to 27.1 feet. Then we have V22-045 to reduce the street side setback from 23.3 feet to 16 feet. And then last but not least, V22-046 to reduce the rear setback from 35 feet to 30 feet. So this subject parcel is a 0.21 acre lot located on the southwestern corner of the intersection of Pierce Avenue and the newly annexed St. Charles Drive. So this subject parcel is actually located within the J.H. Taylor subdivision, which was originally platted in 1944 in Cobb County prior to the Smyrna zoning code of 1976. So the subject property was recently annexed into the city back in May of 2021 through House Bill 744, which brought all unincorporated Cobb County islands into the city of Smyrna. When annexed, all of these properties were brought in under the Cobb County jurisdiction of R20, and so now under Smyrna is also the R20 zoning district. In R20, we do require a minimum of 20,000 square feet for the lot size. But since this, again, is an existing lot of record, platted back in 1944, and then annexed accordingly into the city, the hardship is not self-created. So the applicant is proposing to build a new 3,390 square foot home. It will have 2 stories on this currently vacant lot and will consist of 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. The facade will be a mixture of brick and hardy plank and will face Pierce Avenue with a side entry garage on St. Charles Drive. The Assistant City Engineer has reviewed the proposed driveway and is supportive of the location. So due to the property being below the required 20,000 square feet, the setback requirements for the property really creates an unfeasible buildable area that will still meet the R20 requirement of 2,200 square feet. So due to this, they are requesting 3 setback reductions. The only setback that will be maintained is the 12-foot side setback, but the remainder of them are due just to the location of the lot being a corner lot and then the situation of the home. So the hardship, again, is not self-created, being an existing lot of record, and each of the setback variances are the minimum variances needed to be able to build a home on this subject property. So due to those circumstances, city staff does support each of the variances and recommends approval with the following 3 conditions. The first, as we know, is our standard condition. Approval of the requested variances shall be conditioned upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan and elevations submitted with the variance application. Number 2, the owner/developer of the property shall be responsible for installing any driveway cuts as well as fixing/replacing any damaged or broken curb prior to the issuance of certificate of occupancy. And number 3, the concrete driveway and sidewalk encroachments from the neighboring property of 1386 Pierce Avenue shall be completely removed prior to the issuance of certificate of occupancy. And with all that, I can answer any questions.
Any questions from the board?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to clarify, make sure I understand one of the points that you made, because of the substandard size of the lot, even if they built a house smaller, they'd still have to build a house at least 2,200 square feet, and it would be difficult to do that on the size lot. So they would end up with requesting a variance just about no matter what. Is that correct?
That is correct, because
Okay.
even if they could fit it without going into the setbacks, more than likely to get that square footage, they'd have to go up above the required 35 feet. So you're absolutely right. It's really going to be a catch-22 of which variance they're going to apply for. All right, thank you.
Anything else? Thank you. Is the applicant present? I am. You would step forward to the podium, please, sir, and state your name.
I'm Pat Rary.
All right. Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank
Do you
you,
have
sir.
anything
Nice
you'd
to
like
meet
to
you.
add to what Ms. Crowe presented?
No, I don't think so. She captured it very nicely. We're just looking to add a nice home, nothing overbearing to that area for my daughter. And so we'd be excited to be able to move forward.
Well, I would encourage you to kind of hang right there, because what we're going to do is read these individually. I'm going to have to ask if there's public comment. Unless Dan has public comment or Rusty does, we're going to be able to motor through these pretty quick. So,
Yes, sir.
all right. This is a public, do you guys have any questions of the applicant? Okay. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to make a comment, please step forward to the podium, state your name and address before making your comment. And formally, for the record, the applicant is the only non-staff member present. So we will move forward with the motion on variance request V22.
To approve variance request V22-043, allow new construction on lot of record below minimum requirements, lot 562, 1394 Pierce Avenue, Patrick Rary.
Have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a second. We'll vote. That motion is approved. On variance request V22-044, Ms. Crowe, is there anything else you'd like to add? Are there any questions from the board? Applicant, do you need to clarify anything?
No, sir.
This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to make a comment, please step to the podium, state your name and your address before making your comments. Jill, you can copy and paste that the only people here are the staff and the applicant. We'll entertain a motion on variance case V22-044, reduce the front setback.
I make a motion to approve variance request V 22-044, reduce the front setback from 35 feet to 27.1 feet, lot 562, 1394 Pierce Avenue, Patrick Rary.
Have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Let's vote on this, please. Motion passes. Variance V22-045. Ms. Crowe? Questions?
Sir.
Applicant?
No, sir.
Questions?
Sir.
This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to make a comment, please step to the podium. Ditto. Entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve variance request V 22-045, reduce the street side setback from 23.3 feet to 16 feet, lot 562, 1394 Pierce Avenue, Patrick Rary.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Hearing a second, we'll vote on this request. Motion approved. Variance request V22-046. Ms. Crowe? Anything further to submit? We'll entertain. This is a public hearing, if you didn't hear that the last 6 times. If anyone would like to make a comment, please step to the podium. No one's made their way through the doors. We'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve variance request V 22-046, reduce the rear setback from 35 feet to 30 feet, lot 562, 1394 Pierce Avenue, Patrick Rary.
We have a
Second.
motion. Do we have a second? Second's been heard. Let's vote. Motion passes. Thank you very much. I think that's all 4, right? We got all 4 of those? Okay. Thank you. Very nice plan.
Appreciate it.
Very nice plan. Everybody really liked looking at that.
Yeah, we're excited. We're very excited, so.
Good luck. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from June 22nd, 2022 for the License and Variance Board meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Approve.
Second. Oh, you have.
We'll vote. We have a motion and a second. Motion passes. Unless anyone has any opposition to us adjourning, we will adjourn this meeting at 10:19. So much. Which is nice.
That, like, his address sounds like some kind of monopoly. Here's in St. Charles, I'm like, I'll take a piece and I'll build a hotel on it, please.
Awesome.